On March 17th of this year, a 26-year-old entrepreneur posted a video on YouTube with this unconventional title and thumbnail. And since then, things have taken off.
I think it's very fair to say that my content has been blowing up, especially considering that there's hundreds of people replicating the format and style that I've been putting out here on YouTube. I'm only getting started.
Daniel Dalen has posted a vlog weekly, growing his channel to over 50,000 subscribers in just a couple of months. Simultaneously, he has grown a school community to over 4,500 members without mentioning it once. While everyone is trying to hop on the next trend, Daniel has grown rapidly with his unique documentation style content. No retention tactics, no clickbait, just authentic videos. So what can we learn from Daniel about building a proper documentation series? Why are all your favorite creators starting to follow his journey? And what makes his videos so captivating? The first thing we must touch on is Daniel's life itself. He spends his days working with his team in different parts of the world, primarily in China and Dubai. And as we all know, every entrepreneur is obsessed with this lifestyle. All of us who romanticize building our visions on our laptops wish we could be doing it on the business class of a flight or on the 107th floor of a building with a beautiful view like this. So that's the first advantage he has, living a life that people can live vicariously through. The viewer wants to be in his position, so they watch to be motivated by his high quality lifestyle to go out and achieve it for themselves. By showing his success and drive, other people get motivated to work harder. He's also very charismatic on camera. His high positive energy makes him come off as a likable person.
About to play in the biggest club here in Ningbo. Once again, thank you. No one's gonna. Are we good? Are we gonna? Okay, cool. All right, I'll talk to you guys in Slack. Thank you. Bye.
And if you couple that with the positive interactions he has with his team, you actually start to believe that this guy's a good guy. And that's probably true. This, of course, builds trust with Daniel, therefore making the viewer more inclined to listen to the way he talks, the way he acts, and how he lives. But no one's gonna actually watch for that reason unless he adds value to his videos. I doubt Daniel actually does this strategically, but he sprinkles in lessons here and there. Due to this clip here, where Daniel talks about how he gets a lot of DMs asking how to actually start.
I've been getting a lot of messages of people just asking me like, hey, how do I get started and everything? And the truth is, just start.
You can assume that a lot of his viewers are beginners who want to live his lifestyle. Therefore, they can watch his videos, learn what he has to say in those little lesson bits he has here and there, and actually take value away from an entertaining video. And lastly, Daniel tries to stay as authentic as possible in his videos. Unlike most creators, he shows the good and the bad, utilizing poorly framed shots like this.
And the fact that I am able to do this for the people I love, there's no feeling that beats this, man. What the hell?
And even showing the behind the scenes here to show that this isn't a perfect production. It's just a guy showing his point of view running a business. And now let's talk about one of the most prominent aspects of his personal brand that's responsible for his consistent high view counts and quickly formed community. His branding tactics. I'm not sure about you, but I really had this feeling that Daniel's gonna leave a much larger impact than he expects with his branding tactics. Every successful creator has their signature style. Casey Neistat with vlogging in New York City, Eamon Gotzi with his high quality editing style, and even my personal brand with the font and format I use on short form. One thing I've noticed about Daniel's content is he has a lot of aspects that just scream Daniel Dalen. The first and the most prominent one is his use of the concept of POV. POV stands for point of view, and it cleverly depicts his type of content. He uses the concept of these 3 letters everywhere. You see it on Instagram, his Twitter posts, and every single one of his YouTube titles, and even in his school community here and there. I'll touch on all these things in a minute, but I think every single creator should have their thing. I call this the guy that blank method. Daniel would be the guy that creates aesthetic POV vlogs on YouTube. This just ensures that whenever you're growing your personal brand, you have something simple and obvious that makes you stand out from the rest of the competition. It helps your viewers describe who you are to other people who don't actually know your name, which would be a method of marketing by word of mouth. It'll help you grow in a niche a lot faster because everyone will be talking about you. You know, it's hard for people to actually catch on to what your real name is. The second tactic is his consistency of packaging. When a viewer watches a Daniel Dalen video and genuinely loves it, they're gonna pick up on the pattern that this type of packaging is gonna result in a well-made video. That clicking on the large POV text will result in satisfaction. People love familiarity. It makes them comfortable. What I've noticed from analyzing his packaging is that he uses the same format consistently. The title is always all lowercase, with the start saying POV, and then always having the phrase 26-year-old entrepreneur in the title. The rest of the title is usually just based on the actual content in the video. And every single one of his thumbnails includes this large POV bold text behind a close-up shot of his face, which is usually just a freeze frame from the video. He doesn't go off to shoot an eye-catching thumbnail. He just pulls a frame from the video because that's how authentic his content is. This is extremely effective since it shows that the thumbnail directly correlates to the actual video itself, avoiding all suspicions of clickbait, and also allows the thumbnail to pop out on the YouTube homepage. If you aren't an analytics nerd like me, you'll understand that most people on YouTube have their screens on dark mode. So if your background's all black, if your frame is all black in the thumbnail, most people aren't gonna see it pop out on the page. Versus this POV text, since it's white, bright, and massive, it covers the whole background. It makes Daniel's face stand out and the whole thumbnail pop out from the rest of the thumbnails on the feed. People are also very drawn to faces. That's why you see Mr. Beast including a large face in every single one of his thumbnails. This also adds to familiarity and adding to your brand because your face is like the logo of your brand. And also Daniel's packaging is very unique to himself. It's not very often that you see someone using the same type of format for their thumbnail and title in every single one of their videos. This means that when people copy his style, it's very obvious that they copied him. Like hundreds of people have been copying his title and thumbnail format recently. But that just adds to Daniel's flame of growth. The leader of a trend will always thrive the most. And he does a very similar thing with his third branding tactic, his editing style. Now, I'm not sure if Daniel still edits his videos, although back in late March, I know for a fact that he was doing it here and there.
I edit my own videos now.
Are you looking for a creative person?
I feel like editing these videos at the end of the day has kind of become like my way of just reflecting on everything that's going on. I power through these videos like maximum 2 hours.
All of his videos are color graded with this very vibrant green and orange tinted look. This means that if you were to just pull a random clip from one of his videos, an average one of his viewers would know who made the video without any other aspects alluding to the fact that Daniel was the creator. He also has a very consistent font style and color, which I tell all my clients to do because it allows it to become a part of their personal brand. So all of those things helped Daniel grow. But now we must touch on what will help him sustain his growth and audience. How he can ensure that he won't just fall off all of a sudden, making his quick rise to fame a simple viral accident. And the answer to that isn't just by staying consistent. Daniel does an amazing job at making his online presence and personal brand community driven. He starts this off by not selling anything to his audience. This is something that I was honestly surprised by, yet it makes so much sense once you understand it. Unlike most creators, Daniel already has a business that will thrive even without his content. This is why he doesn't sell some low ticket course to make a quick 20K per month, which he clarified in the tweet that he didn't dislike, but he thinks he'll lose more money in the long run by directing his focus away from his main business. Plus, it would also take the authenticity out of his brand. Instead, he creates content to build a like-minded community. Besides his YouTube channel, he does this primarily through school, where he teaches entrepreneurs how to grow communities with their business and start a SaaS company. These are two very important skills that Daniel has mastered, and he's giving information away on it for free. So far, the community is just members typing in the chat, but I'm really expecting this thing to grow as he actually builds a team around managing it. This is really smart because it's a place outside of just his YouTube channel to keep people active in his community. It allows the YouTube channel to not be the only thing holding his audience. The school community is something that people will actually be in for years on end and can continue using it over and over again. He just started hosting these group hangouts, which are basically just group calls that anyone in the community can join, which creates this feeling that Daniel isn't on a pedestal here. This is really important for all you creators who think the only way to grow is to dominate your viewers in an egotistical manner. From what I've seen, Daniel genuinely wants to be on these calls, and he acts as a student in the calls as well, as he learns from the viewers, asks them questions, and then acts as a teacher, teaching his own lessons that they can hopefully apply. At the time of creating this video, he has reached 4.7 thousand members, and he hasn't even talked about it once on YouTube. In fact, the only place to find it is on his personal website, along with his company links, Spotify, and other things like that. And that Spotify playlist was a very smart move. I think more personal brand owners should take advantage of something like it. Daniel created a playlist with the catchiest songs from his YouTube videos. This allows his viewers to be a part of his world constantly. If they watch one of his videos and like his lifestyle, they can emulate it by listening to the same stuff he listens to on the daily. This is similar to creating merchandise that a creator's viewer can walk around in, representing someone that they look up to. The next thing Daniel's doing really well is making his business content driven, showing how it runs from his and his team's perspective. And some of Daniel's team is also creating content themselves. One of my favorites is Courtney's channel, where he documents building a software that Daniel was actually a part of creating. I mean, some of these videos are extremely valuable. I'd recommend giving them a watch. Potential clients may see these videos and see the products that they are thinking about buying, like being built and putting real effort into it. This is going to teach them a lot more about the product than just seeing a simple landing page by itself. That's why the whole documentation aspect is so beneficial for the team and the viewers who are thinking about doing something similar. I honestly believe that this whole idea of having a creator company will become so much more popular due to Daniel's influence showing the true power of it. And lastly, Daniel Dalen does an amazing job at keeping his viewers in the loop. You can find posts on his Twitter where he asks his viewers for feedback on which thumbnail to pick for upcoming videos. This again adds to that bond with Daniel and the viewer that isn't putting him on a pedestal. He knows that his audience is smart and capable and is willing to get their advice. And all the viewers who pick the thumbnail that he actually chooses will feel like they contributed to the creation of that video once it's posted. This may only affect a few viewers, but it allows him to garner that hardcore audience without much work on his end. Speaking of keeping viewers in the loop, Daniel ensures that every 10,000 subscribers he gets on YouTube, he posts an Instagram story showing his gratitude.
I want you to know that I'm extremely appreciative of you being part of this journey. I just hit 10K subs on YouTube, growing 1,000 subs a day, and just getting the nicest messages and feedback on the content that I've been putting out.
This shows that he's genuinely paying attention to his audience and even makes the audience feel like they contributed to that number going up, because they actually did. Most creators will put themselves above their viewers, not communicate with them, and even act ungrateful for their growth, while Daniel does the complete opposite. He has mastered the art of building a community with his personal brand, and I think there's a very valuable lesson there for all of us. Show yourself as a good character, utilize unique and consistent branding tactics, and prioritize community building. And only then, you'll be able to document the growth of something truly great. If you want to learn more from me about how to grow a personal brand, I've been able to grow mine from 0 to over 400,000 followers in about a year, and I'll teach you. If you want, you can apply with the top link in the description. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.